Hi, good evening. Hi, this is Christine Crowell, and welcome everybody. I hope everyone's settling in to back to 2025, running your care business, for example. I hope that you've had some time off to be able to recharge and just to rethink and possibly look at new strategies within your healthcare business. So, today, my name's Christine Crowell. For those of you that don't know, I'm the founder of the channel. And what I really also want to say is I've got some really exciting news. We are going to be starting a podcast on YouTube here, as well as on Apple, as well as Spotify, and it's specifically for care providers. And the podcast is called How to Build Your Healthcare Business Empire with Christine. And I want to share that with you because you're the first ones hearing this today. I've been working behind the scenes during the holiday period as well, creating the content as well as doing some recordings as well. So I just wanted to, just drop that in there just so that you can look out, and really would like for you to subscribe as well so that you get notifications of the podcast when it's going live. So today's video is about how to grow your home care agency, and I'm going to show you 5 strategies to get private paid clients. And you can even do this through YouTube. Yes, that's right, I said YouTube. Okay, we're not using YouTube enough. It's like a brain. We're not using everything that we're meant to use, or as much as we possibly can use, for example. So did you know that many care providers are losing out on thousands of pounds or dollars by not using YouTube? Let me show you how that you can actually fix this, for example. So you're a home care business and you could actually 10x get more clients now, for example, and all it takes is one weekly video, YouTube video to be exact. And I'm going to talk to you about how that is. And if you're tired of struggling to find clients for your home care agency, for example, YouTube might be the game changer for you. And I'm going to go into 5 strategies with you. So if you are wanting to learn more, press like, subscribe as well. And this can be used anywhere around the world for your care business, for example, as long as it's done in a tasteful way, for example. Okay, so let's look at some clear strategies here. Okay, now the first one is you can educate your potential clients or their relatives, for example, or even a healthcare professional that can recommend a client to you. So you can educate by doing education of what it is that you provide. If you're a nurse, for example, you could educate on diabetes, you could educate on different health issues that people may face, for example, or even, looking at the caregiver's point of view, being a carer, for example. So imagine that you can grow your visibility by talking about topics that matter to your clients. That is the key, because everyone is going on YouTube. YouTube is becoming the new Netflix, the new TV, for example. So someone or a relative or a healthcare professional will find your video, and then they can find you and refer you as well. Okay? So I'm going to explain how care providers, that you can adapt to using this particular mode of advertisement. People are paying for adverts, people are going on Facebook, people are, let's look at YouTube here. YouTube is owned by Google, is one of the largest search engines that we can ever use, for example, and I've used it in my business to get clients, for example. So you can do the same. You just have to be more tasteful with it, for example. Okay, so let's go into this, okay, because you've also got to think about the GDPR, you've got to think about HIPAA, so you're not talking about clients that you're looking after, for example. You're not mentioning their name, so you've got to be thinking about the confidentiality side of things as well. But you can also talk about a scenario, for example, and you can change it a bit around so there's no way of identifying anybody or what it is that you do. You can explain what it is you do and who you serve, for example, and what your travel time is, for example, because these are all the questions that clients, potential clients, will have. Like when you're sat with a potential client, they've got a list of questions for you, right? So you've got to think about what is in their mind, what questions are they going to want to hear from you on YouTube, for example. What are your prices, for example? What the location is that you serve, for example. Who do you serve? You know, is it low needs, medium, high needs, for example? Who do you collaborate with? There's lots of different things that you can be talking about subject-wise in your YouTube video. So is that making sense to you right now? I'm just going to check my live here, because what I want to know is that you can kind of understand where I'm coming from with what I'm saying here. And I really want you to try this out because it does work, okay? Now, like I said, you can educate. Start by educating and talking and showcasing your services, what it is you offer. Introduce your home care business, for example, and just do it casually. You don't have to be all, stiff and upper lip, because we tend to be, if you're from the UK, we tend to be kind of in that way. But try and be a bit more relaxed and be yourself, for example. So, for instance, when you talk about how post-operative services are, you can also highlight why choosing your organization is crucial. You know, what is special about you? What specialist services do you provide? I'm just drinking my tea. So what specialist services do you provide? Is it medium, high needs, low needs, for example? Learning disability, mental health? What is it that you provide? What age group do you provide? Are you registered with a governing body? Are you domiciliary home care, for example? Or are you you could even be a private assistant, for example, or even a recruitment care agency, okay? So when I'm talking about this, you could even be supported living accommodation that you're offering. You could be children's services, for example, but be mindful of what you say and how you say it, for example. So how do you generate a great YouTube video? And it doesn't cost you anything. What you got to think about is you got to pick a topic that of the clients that you actually care for, and then you look at 5 tips for choosing the right provider, the care provider, for example. Then you can use your phone, for example, your iPhone, right? You can use your iPhone like this, for example, and then make sure that you're in natural lighting, for example. During the day is really good if you could do that. And then what you can do is you can then be consistent and upload weekly and share on social media. And that means on your social media page. what I'm starting to notice, and it's getting a bit, how can I say it? It seems to be a lot of people are doing it. They're just putting shorts on their Facebook page, for example. But they're not really talking about who they are as a company. I've seen all these little shorts, and I mean little shorts, probably about, I don't know, 30 seconds, a few words being flashed, a few people moving around, contact us today, and that's it. You need to stand out. If I was doing it today, oh boy, I would be on a video. You know me. I would be on video here on point with YouTube daily, because I would have so much content that I would be able to talk every single day. But you don't need to do that. You can talk once a week for 30 minutes just so that people get to know you, and then they're going to use your services. You'll stand out more than another organization, for example, that isn't doing what you're going to do, for example. So, like I said, choose a topic. Then you want to provide, say, 5 tips for choosing the right care provider. Like I said, you film from your iPhone and then you just upload it onto YouTube, for example. But be consistent, as I always say. Upload weekly. Share on social media. That way people will get used to seeing that you're going to come on and that you're going to do something interesting and that's going to help them. You know, because this is also about helping the client as well as the carer. You could help even the care home, for example. You know, you could help someone that is perhaps lonely and they want to make a decision for themselves, but they can't get out to see who these agencies are, for example. But they get to know you because you're on YouTube. Do you get what I'm saying here? I hope that it's really resonating with you, because this is how you can get clients. Seriously. You really can, by doing weekly videos.